This video is about identifying and knowing the differences between a drill and an impact driver. We have drills and impact drivers here in the shop for putting in screws and drilling holes. They're back here beside the drill presses. I'll grab two of them. And maybe a bit. Alright, so we have two different types here. We have a drill, standard drill, and we have a driver. They look pretty similar, but they are mildly different. They do similar things, but they're different. First of all, we're going to go over what the different parts are. All right. Okay, right here we have a small selector button right here, and depending on which way it's pressed, will change the direction of the rotation. Take a look. There's little arrows on each side that shows which direction. On this side of the drill, there's an arrow pointing backwards. So if this is pushed in, the bit will be spinning backwards, meaning the screw will come out, or the drill will be spinning in a reverse direction. On this side, there's a little forward arrow. If you push that in, the bit will be now spinning forwards, or the screw will be going in reverse. We have the trigger right here at the front, where you hold onto the handle right here, and you pull the trigger, and that causes the bit and chuck to spin. All right, we have the chuck here at the front, and on the impact driver, the chuck, it only receives, these lights are on, it only receives a 1/4 inch hex drive bit. It's the only option, and you just push it in like that. Now it's in. All right. To take it out, you pull on this little collet, the little sleeve, and it pops out. All right. We have at the bottom, we have a battery pack. This is what powers it. Here at the front, we have the release button for the battery release button. Push that down and pull the battery, and it comes out. If your battery drill dies, get a new battery there and plug this one into the charging port and put the new battery into the drill. All right, so we have the trigger, we've got the handle, the battery release button, we've got the battery at the bottom, we've got the chuck at the front, and the direction, what's that called? The direction selection lever, okay? That's for the impact gun. Impact is a little bit different than a drill. You'll notice that the chuck is different on the drill. This is a Jacobs chuck here on the front. And as I spin this, you can see 3 jaws at the front changing size. That's what you can adjust this to receive different size of bits. If the diameter of the shank is a little different, you spin this until it fits in there, and then you can spin this to tighten it up. That's this Jacobs chuck right here. That's what this is, and right here we have the jaws, all right, that hold the bit. Right in here we have another little sleeve that can spin, and this spins, and on the top there's an arrow points to these numbers. This is a clutch, and it will not allow the drill to spin past a certain resistance. 1 will be the least amount of resistance, very easy to hold, and if you go right up to 15, you got to hold pretty hard before the clutch will engage. And you can go all the way to the drill button to lock it. All right. When you're drilling with a drill, it's a good idea to put pressure on the back here, so that there's pressure is directly through to the bit. If you're putting too much pressure back here on your hand, you cause flex in the drill system, in the whole system, and you'll bend the bit, and it can crack, and you can actually break the bit if it's small enough. All right, so when you're drilling, avoid putting pressure at the back of the handle. Try to put it closer to the front here, or directly behind. The Jacobs chuck, so to take the drill bit in and out, you hold the Jacobs chuck, put it in reverse, and pull the trigger, and that will release the bit. The other way, if you put it in forwards, then you can hold the Jacobs chuck and spin the trigger, and it'll lock it in place. You can also just spin the Jacobs chuck without using the drill. Okay. That's about it for the drill and the impact driver.